This video is brought to you by my latest book, How to Play Melodic Rock Lead Guitar, a comprehensive guide to doing exactly that, playing melodic rock lead guitar. This is not just some collection of scale patterns and tabs, although you do get plenty of those, but you also get an entire chapter on how to come up with your own licks, as well as video content, tutorials and demonstrations, loads of jam tracks, and all the way through I'm encouraging you to expand your fretboard knowledge and showing you how you can think in a more musical and melodic way. Check out the link in the description for more details. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. It's Wednesday today, which means we're doing something of a rhythmic nature. That's what these Wednesday videos are about at the moment. We're either looking at rhythm notation and how to read it, how to count rhythms, how to understand rhythms, how to use rhythms, basically anything where I can put a rhythmic kind of slant on it. Today we're looking at the use of effects in a rhythmic way. Here's a tune which does exactly that. So that was me making use of something called the dotted eighth delay. Now, if you've been watching these videos, you'll know that an eighth note is half a beat, and you'll also know that if you place a dot after any rhythm symbol, then it increases its value by 50%. So an eighth note is half a beat, make it 50% bigger, it's 3/4 of a beat. So what we're doing is essentially setting the echo, the delay, to come back 3/4 of a beat later, and that's the kind of sound that it has. Here's a little bit more information on how precisely to do that.
Here is the explanation.
Okay, so this is pretty simple, really. Even I can understand it. You don't need to know anything at all about rhythm notation or anything like that to make use of this. I did have like a bit of a slideshow that I started putting together for this little presentation here, and it was just getting ridiculously cluttered and it was going to be long-winded. So I thought, no, we'll kind of dispense with that. All you've got to know is the tempo of the song that you're playing and be able to do a little bit of basic arithmetic. So in that example earlier, the tempo was 120 beats per minute, which means that in any period of 60 seconds, there are 120 beats. That much should be obvious. Right, so now what you need to do is divide your tempo, or divide 60 by your tempo. So 60 seconds divided by 120 beats. And, you know, it doesn't take Einstein to work out that that means that each beat lasts for 0.5 of a second. Okay, then what you do is you take that length of the beat, 500 milliseconds or 0.5 of a second, and you multiply that by 0.75. So you're looking for 3/4 of the amount of time that it takes one beat to last. And in this case, 0.75 multiplied by 0.5 of a second, or 500 milliseconds, comes out at 375 milliseconds That's it. You just set your delay to that amount of time and you're good to go. If you're playing in a live situation where the tempo is going to be fluctuating a little bit, you know, the old joke, how can you tell there's a drummer at the door? The knocking gets faster. Then, you know, what you need to do then is you're going to need to use a tap tempo. If you've got some preset on whatever effects unit you're using, maybe some kind of, you know, some sort of thing that's on the floor with multiple kind of different things in it that I probably don't understand. But what I do know is that on all of those there will be some sort of tap tempo switch that you can tap your foot along to the tempo of the piece of music, and then if you've got the kind of things dialed in correctly, that will then calculate the correct dotted eighth delay for you. You know, but if you understand how to use that. So I'm a ridiculous technophobe when it comes to those kind of things. I just like something where I can turn a knob, you know, or you can do it with an expression pedal, which is affecting your delay time until you kind of hit that sweet spot where it's coming together nicely. Here's a little bit of sort of before and after, where I'm showing you what I was actually playing without the delay on, and then at a certain point you'll hear the delay kick in and it just kind of gives you that big dotted eighth note sound. Here it is. So that's the kind of effect or the impact that this effect has. It just gives you that, let's face it, you know, a kind of edgy U2 kind of thing. But there was, as I was putting that tune together, there were bits of it that made me think, yeah, this has got a little bit of a whiff of Big Country about it, hasn't it? It's all that sort of 80s delay line kind of thing. And, you know, that's how you do it. So, tempo of the piece of music, divide 60 by the tempo of that piece of music, and then the number that you get there is you then multiply that by 0.75. That's the time to set your delay line to, if you're doing it with like a MIDI thing like I am, where the tempo isn't going to fluctuate, or use some kind of clever tap tempo or expression pedal to just dial it in, get it somewhere close beforehand, and then just dial it in with a tap tempo or expression pedal as you're doing it live with a real drummer. And maybe you can get your drummer to play to a click track, but if you can, you're a better man than I ever was. But that's perhaps a tale for another day. So there you go, dotted eighth delays. Now you know what to do. Go away and have some fun with it. And as always, you'll find a full tab for that tune that you heard earlier in both Guitar Pro and PDF formats, along with a clip of me playing it, that explanation you've just seen there, and the jam track to play along with yourself. That's all up on my Patreon page. There's the address, link in the description. As I'm sure you know by now, it's $3 or roughly £3 a month, and you get access to all of these jam tracks and tabs and tuition content that go along with these YouTube videos. And a massive thank you to everybody who supports me in that, or any of the other ways, all of which are down in the description, including the tier 2 level of Patreon membership, where you get all that good stuff I've just mentioned, but you also get a twice monthly Zoom hangout with me and the other tier 2 chaps, and a weekly blog post and a weekly reaction video that goes out on Patreon. So lots of reasons, I think, to chuck a few quid in the tip jar and come along and have a look, see what it's all about. I guarantee you'll enjoy it. But that is pretty much the video for today, folks. I hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you found it useful, informative, and perhaps even a little bit entertaining as well. And if that's the case, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already done so. And why not drop me a like as well while you're at it. Don't forget, of course, the live stream every Friday, 5 PM UK time. We have a beer and a chat. mainly for the reason that it's a Friday. Can you think of a better reason? It is a great way to kick off the weekend, and I'd love to see you there if you can make it. But for now, I'll bid you all a good day and say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. Look after yourselves, folks. Stay well, stay safe, and above all, stay sane. Bye for now.